Hey, welcome to the channel, the Popthusiast. I am Paul, and if you didn't know, some Funko Pops are not what they seem. There are some Funko Pops out there that are actually not authentic and are considered fake, which means they are not made by Funko and are a knockoff version worth literally nothing. So in an effort to help you identify some of these fakes, in this video we're going to take a look at 10 commonly faked Funko Pops and how to tell the difference. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and like this video, as we do a lot of Funko Pop and pop culture content, some unboxings, loose reviews, as you can see behind me, close to 7,000 pops that I have that are mostly out of box. So thanks for being here, and let's get into it.
We hear you. We know the problems. We want them fixed. We are you.
So it wasn't until a couple years into collecting Funko Pops that I realized and came across the fact that there are non-authentic Funko Pops out there. Now, my personal first experience with a fake Funko Pop was a Facebook post that was selling these Stan Lee superhero Funko Pops, and it was like $29.99 for one of them, and these were $100 Pops, and it was like, wow, this is a great deal. So I ordered one of them, and this is what came in the mail. So this cookie cutter, really crappy box, and obviously fake Funko Pop. So this does not look like a Funko Pop box at all. It looks like they printed the paper out and just put it on here. It's not lined up well. It's just horrible. So I was able to get my money back, but I keep this just as a testament to the rule: if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Let's get into this list of 10 Funko Pops that are commonly faked and how to tell the difference. So first up is the Marvel Blacklight Carnage. It would be easier for me to count how many days out of the year I don't get a request in my Facebook group for this pop asking for a legit check. I've owned this pop before on a couple different occasions, the real versions, and I've given them away in different giveaways, but here are some really good tips on how to tell the difference between a real Carnage and a fake. So the first tell I would focus on is on the side of the box. And if you look at the word pop, the fake version, the dot under the exclamation point is colored yellow. If that's the case, it's a fake, versus the real version where it's not yellow. It's still kind of white, and you can see how the yellow is layered, and it doesn't go all the way down into the pop bubble. The other tell on this side of the box is the Marvel sign. In the fake version, the Marvel is underlined white. The real version does not have that. The word Carnage as well is much lighter on the fake versus the real one, which you can see the difference here between the different Carnage names on the side of the box. So those are some pretty obvious tells if you have the box. Now on the back of the box, there's even more differences. So on the fake box, the green in the rainbow on the back is brighter than on the real one, and the yellow border on the back is much less noticeable. So you see on the real one, the border is thicker and brighter, and the fake one, the yellow is not that way. Now on the opposite side of the box, where it has the Carnage picture, there's a couple tells on this side too. So the exclamation point also is colored yellow in the fake, just like it was on the other side of the box. So that's an easy way to tell the difference. And the actual number 678 has a much darker color versus the real. So you can see these compared side by side. And then here's a picture of them out of the box. Much harder to tell which is real and fake for the out of the box pop itself, but you can see the glow in the eyes is a little bit different. If you didn't have a real one to compare it to and you just had it out of the box, it would probably be difficult to tell the difference. In most cases, there's probably going to be a box associated with this, so there's many tells for this one. Now the next pop I want to talk about is a popular anime pop from My Hero Academia. This is the Katsuki Bakugo limited edition Comic-Con exclusive that came out, I believe, in 2020. So the first tell, assuming you have the box, is that in the picture of the actual character on the front of the box, the hair color is lighter on the real box, and it's much darker, as you can see here in this comparison, on the fake box. Also, the actual pop itself, the shoe spikes are not really well painted on many of the fakes, and it's bright orange on the real one, as you can see here in these pictures. And on the real one, the eyes and the mask are painted on much better than the fake, which is a little bit more sloppily done. And then the actual plastic insert inside on the real one has this cutout on the side of it, so it doesn't block the character. The fake will have a generic insert. So another thing I just want to mention as far as another tip about fakes is that in most cases, pops that are faked are going to be older and or they're going to be more valuable and more commonly sought after. Not every single pop is a fake. Sometimes we get requests in the group where someone's like, check all my pops, are all my pops fake? All your pops are not fake. So there's commons and all sorts of older pops too that don't have a lot of value that are not fake. So just keep in mind that if it's really not worth much, and when I say much, I mean hundreds of dollars, it's probably not going to be faked. And if it's newer or just released, it's also probably doesn't have a fake, at least not yet. Okay, the next one is a biggie. This is a very valuable Funko Pop, very difficult to find, but is faked quite a bit. This is the Planet Arlia Vegeta. So here's a photo comparing the fake versus the real. The first tell that you want to look at is the actual picture of Vegeta on the box. The Scouter glasses, the glass is clear in the real one versus it looks more foggy in the fake. Also, the number 10 at the top right, the centering is off. It's off center for the fake. You can also notice that the hair on the fake is a different color. And on the back of the box, the word Planet Arlia Vegeta has a glow around it on the real one. The fake one is just flat black writing. Now, of course, this was a Toy Tokyo New York Comic Con exclusive. The fake version of this pop has a sticker tell. The Toy Tokyo sticker is more yellow on the real one, and the fake one has a more greener tint to it. Alright, next up I want to talk about a commonly faked horror pop, Captain Spaulding. So this is one I don't have in my collection quite yet, but I have run into some fakes that were been sold on different online platforms. The buttons on the front of his shirt should be crisp circles, and they should not be bleeding into one another if it's the real one. The eyes should have a black gloss around it, whereas the fake eyes are going to just be kind of a flat black color. The beard should have details in it of different hair marks on the real one. The hat should have even line spacings for the red lines as opposed to more sloppy done. As you can see in the fake picture here, some of the white lines are wider than the other ones. And on the picture in the front of the box, there should be a clear gap between the chin and the elbow.
Popthusiasts, the Popthusiast community was so close, yet so far. We thank you for all of your hard work. However, you did not point out the biggest flaw of all. Do you know what it is? Paul is on the right track. It's the fakes. We will allow you to redeem yourselves. Fellow Popthusiasts, please describe your worst experience buying or trading for a pop. Follow 6/1/2022 and tag 2 more people. Sincerely, 6-1.
The belt buckle, the knife, and the shoes should be more shiny versus a flat color. The real front of the box should show the knife more versus the fake, which cuts the knife off. Next, a highly valuable pop, I think in the $400 or $500, very popular and hard to find, is the unmasked Jason Voorhees from the San Diego Comic-Con version. There's a lot of fakes of this out there. Here's a picture of what the real one versus the fake one looks like. The real pop will have more of a dirty face with more detail. The fake has glossier gloves. The real pop has wrinkles in the actual box picture, and the blood splatter on the knife is more consistent on the real one versus more of a blotchy blood on the fake. So another very valuable and commonly fake pop is the holographic Darth Vader. Okay, so the first tell on this one, the real pop box will have a bright strip on the right side of the helmet all the way down, versus the fake, which with the white strip will be dull. The real box, as you can see, will have a baby bluish Vader on the left-hand side here, versus the fake box, which it'll be more of a dull color. Any real box will have the actual Dallas or Paris Comic-Con sticker. If that's missing, then it's most likely a fake. The real pop will have the body glow bright, but the head will be dull, versus the fake, which the whole pop glows evenly. Okay, so the next pop you may or may not have in your collection. It's a fairly polarizing, controversial pop. I do have it in my collection because I collected all the pop votes for that year. So I have this pop, which is Donald Trump, Hillary, and Bernie from that year. And so this is a very commonly faked pop. So the first tell you want to look at is in the top left-hand corner. Fakes will not have the words "the vote" under it. So if that's missing, then it's a fake. And in the actual pop itself, the paint will be sloppy, on the button and everything, and the detail on the suit, that will be sloppy as well. Now the real pop has smaller hands, whereas the fake one, the hands are bigger. Just kidding. Now actually, this is the first pop in this list that I actually have, and so I'll show you kind of what the real one looks like out of the box. So this is, I ordered this from Barnes & Noble, all three of them, all the pop votes when they came out for that year. So you can see that the button and the actual suit has nice detail to it versus the fakes, which are going to be more sloppy. Now here's a comparison on what the bottoms of the box might look like. On the left hand side you can see the real version, and then here's another picture of what the fake might look like. It's kind of missing the JJL and the number to it, and just kind of has a barcode at the bottom. Now the next pop on this list is an anime pop from One Piece, Brook. So this is the Comic-Con exclusive version, which is quite valuable and faked. The first tell is the white outline around the crown is supposed to be more rounded, while you can see in this one it's more edgy. The sticker itself should be more of a burnt orange for the real one rather than the true red. The number at the top, 358, should be centered perfectly in the white circle, and the circle itself should be perfect. If it looks more oblong or off, then it's most likely a fake. The colors themselves should be less vibrant on the real version, and the heart glasses on the box design should show pink for both eyes. Now the second to last pop on this list, this kind of represents the older vaulted versions of pops. There's many other older pops that have been faked, but just wanted to focus on this one in particular. But this is the 1970s Elvis Presley pop. So one of the tells is the mouth should be open and the half circle more open on the left hand side versus on the fake. The white line around the picture on the box should be thin around the ear versus kind of a thicker white line on the fake box. The figure should be staged towards the right side of the box, where you can see in the fake it's staged towards the left side of the box. If the wording is difficult to read within the blue background, then it's most likely a fake. And then also the real one is going to have glossy streaks in the hair, which is difficult to fake, and so the fake versions don't have that glossy streak. And then finally, this pop is probably the most asked about in the Facebook group and just in general for whatever reason. This is the very popular horror Funko Pop from the Scream movie franchise, Ghostface. Now here is a real Ghostface that I own, that I bought from FYE when it first came out, kind of retail. And so here's what it looks like out of the box and the feet. So the first tell for these is that the knife itself on the fake appears like it's dipped in blood versus the real one where it's more splatter. So you can see here the blood in this knife looks like it's more splatter versus dipped. The second tell is the black paint around the eyes. So on the fake one, the paint does not reach the actual whole space of the eye sockets, whereas in the real one, the black goes all the way around here to the top of the eye sockets and on the mask, and so there's no space here, white space. Now in the actual box, here are some photos. The M in movies is a different font on the fake one. The design in the Pop logo has more detail to it, and it kind of has the little white dots throughout it, kind of the comic book look, versus the fake one, which is a lot more generic looking. And then finally, the warning label at the bottom of the front of the box is more bold on the real one versus the standard font, which is on the fake. So a couple tells on the actual physical pop itself and on the box.